Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, wherever you are. Hello. This is me, Basim. I'm an Egyptian English teacher. I've been teaching English for about 14 years. Thank you for joining this session. Let's wait until we reach, let's say, how many are here? About 30 participants. Amazing. Okay. Hello. Please, you can write your country here. Your names are visible here, but your country will be great. Iran, okay. Iran. Hi. Turkey, okay. Iran, Iran. India, okay. Istanbul, Turkey. KSA, yes. Nice to see people from KSA here. I'm broadcasting from KSA. Iran, okay. So, Iran, yes. Nice. Okay, so let's get started. Our webinar is about gamifying learning, but before starting, I'd like to get some feedback from you. How are you teaching now at this difficult time of Corona? Are you teaching synchronously or asynchronously? Are you teaching in physical classes or just online? Just type it at the chat box, please. I myself, I'm teaching synchronously and I'm broadcasting from school. Both, okay, online teaching through Sky Room. So we have some websites like Teams, Google Classroom, Sky Room, synchronously, online only after a hybrid last month. Okay, synchronously, online, but synchronously. Sometimes face-to-face classes. Oh, this is in Iran or Turkey, Fatima Guli? Online on Zoom. How do we connect in Iran? Yes, thank you. Okay, so at the beginning of the pandemic, I was teaching asynchronously using Google Classroom, but now I'm using Zoom. So how about the topic of today's webinar, gamifying learning? Do you use games in your classes or what kind of games actually use? Some prefer board games, like card games, like paper games, like online games or electronic games, because today we're going to focus mainly on electronic games. Kahoot, yes, we're going to talk about Kahoot today. Yes. Any other websites? All of them. Wow, yeah. Online games mostly. Okay. Bamboozle. This is a new site for me. Word Wall Games. Yes, we're going to talk about Word Wall. I love this site. Personally, it's an amazing website. Puzzles. Minecraft education. I've read about it once, but I have never tried it. Word Wall is amazing. Sure. Okay, so let's start our, you can't hear voice. You can try to log off and log in again if you have a problem with the voice. And let's start. We had our poll about the kind of education you're having at this difficult time and about using games. Next here, let's have some theoretical part of gamification. We say that gamification is the use of gaming principles in the field of education in order to get students involved. This is the main reason, to get students involved, engaged, and motivated. Gamification introduces concepts like badges, levels, achievements, and game points to classroom. And this makes like a challenge. When something is challenging, students like to involve in these challenges. Even some students who do not like to go to school or find it boring, but when there's challenge, I find them popping from their seats, eager to participate. And the most important part here is they are not penalized. Okay, so whenever some student makes a mistake while using these all kinds of platforms, he feels disappointed a little bit, but he goes on to find the correct answer or to learn more. So here comes the part of the teacher actually, because some other students will start bullying at the student or trying to disappoint him. So your role is to protect your students at this point. Okay. Students also are not afraid to step outside of their comfort zone. This is amazing. Okay, and by removing the fear of failure, we subconsciously encourage them to learn. So this is the main usage of gamification in our classes. Here, this is a saying by Alfred Mercier. I don't know whether you agree or disagree with it. What we learn with pleasure, we never forget. Please type 1 in the chat box if you agree and type 2 if you disagree. Let me follow the chat box now. Agree, okay. Agree. Yes, nearly everyone agrees. Let me tell you something from my experience. When I started teaching, I used to be a traditional teacher. Actually, I was boring, I only used a textbook, we had a smart board, but I used it only to display the software, IWB software, or the PDF file of the book. And the lessons were really dull, time passes slowly. I see students asking me several times, teacher, when does the class end? Teacher, like this. And this lesson made me angry. But when I started to pause and reflect on my learning and search, ask teammates, and I found it about using games or gamification of learning, it was something really amazing. It really shifted my career, really. Students started to love my classes, even their grades started to get higher. This made me really a happier person, As a teacher, whatever you do, you cannot be happy unless you see it in your students' eyes, that they enjoy your classes. Okay, so I'm happy that nearly all, let me check back again, all agreed with me at this point. Another important thing that is not only theoretical, as we've just read, but is scientifically proven. So brain research tells us, Amir, please stop writing. Brain research tells us that when the fun stops, learning often stops too. I think everybody agrees with this point. And here I brought you two different researches. Okay, I can give you a couple of minutes to read them. Okay. And after reading, just tell me, do you agree, disagree? If you have any, any comments on these, I'll leave the screen for you to read, and I'll give you, let's say, a couple of minutes, and then we'll discuss these findings. Okay. Exactly. Somehow. Okay. Amazing, Divya. Amazing. Because without fun, learning cannot occur. Okay. Um, if you've finished, you can just type one at the chat box. Then we're going to proceed. If you finish reading. Okay. Okay. So only I'm the only slow reader here. Okay. So do you agree? Can totally agree. Okay, Fatima. I really respect your opinion. Agrees. Sir, Samira, totally. Okay. Because we as teachers, we have practiced these in classes and we've seen the results with our eyes. Yes, Mastura agrees also. Okay, let's move further. So here, why do you use gamifying in our class? Because we have some benefits. What are these benefits? We've talked about them generally, but let's take specific items. So the first one is freedom to fail and try again without negative repercussions. There are chances to increase fun and joy in the classroom. It also offers opportunities for differentiated instruction, and I think this is a very important point because all of us have levels in our classes, and you have to satisfy all their needs. Also, improved recall and retention. When you learn something with fun, it will stay more in your brain. And development of problem solving skills. This is maybe related to math or other science or other subjects. I'm an English teacher. I use this, but nearly all the time it's about grammar, vocab, writing like this. And finally, it gives instant feedback. And this is a very important point because you just sit relaxing at your classroom where students compete and the results come here without even doing anything. So that's one thing I enjoy. I can use this time actually by doing the paperwork. I correct students' homework, you know, of course, before Corona. So this gives you extra time to do all things you need to do. And, the time of our classes is limited. So here, what can games be implemented in and when? So at the beginning of the class, I use it as a bell activity. So I keep students, I keep them busy while I plug in my laptop, I prepare myself, I check attendance like this. So this is amazing thing as a bill activity. You can even use like a paper, a paper game, not electronic game. Like I sometimes got some, some words and some pictures. I put them randomly on the floor, pick a class leader to choose 6 students, 3 with pictures, 3 with words, to start matching them like this until I finish. We can, let's say, repeat it 3 or 4 times until nearly everybody has played. So This is like a bill activity. It helps you to get ready. Also here as a prac stage, mostly for vocab and grammar. At the end of the class, there's a formative assessment after finishing everything. So you just need to give a little question and check students. Not even, I have a smart board. I'm lucky at my class, so students can come and play play on the touch screen with games like this. But also I can ask the students to choose answer one or answer two, and I give them, like signals, and I check their feedback quickly before leaving. You can also use it at home as a homework. Okay. Uh, Today I'm not going to talk about classic games and activities. The whole session will be about electronic games. So these are some useful websites I found covering other kinds of games. But let's start our session actually from now here by talking about online gaming platforms. The first one is Kahoot. If you have used it before, just type one at the chat box. Let's see how many. Okay, one, two, three, four. Yeah, so it's popular. Some said no. Okay, have used it. Okay. So as you know, or as some of you already know, that Kahoot is a game-based learning platform. It's like a website, and it uses some educational technology in schools and other educational institutions. Its learning games are called Kahoots, are user-generated multiple-choice quizzes that can be accessed via a web browser or Kahoot app. Actually, instead of wasting your valuable time explaining, I found two useful videos, so I'm just going to display them about 2 minutes. Here is also the playlist. It contains about 22 videos explaining everything related to Kahoot. Okay, so I'll start with these videos now. Here's the first one. So another videos here is about how to play Kahoot with your students. So first you open the website kahoot.com, log in to your account. You can use ready-made games, or you can make your own game. After you click play, choose Kahoots. Then there are some settings or adjustments to the game. There are two modes actually. This is a game pin that you should share with your students to use it inside the app. You can write a nickname for privacy, not your real name. And that's it. So that was a quick Kahoot overview. I know most of you already know it, so I didn't want to waste our time. Let's have a look at another website. I don't know whether you know it or not. Quizzes. Please type in the chat box if you have already used it or you have an account. You can say quizzes or quizzes. No, 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 no. I've used it. Okay. No, no, no. Okay. Yes. No, Sarah, no. Sorry. Fuad. Yes. Well done. Fatima, yeah. Sane, yes. No. Okay. So let's go to quizzes here. Quizzes is similar to Kahoot. It's like a creativity software that can be used in class, group works, or pre-test review exams, or even to make polls. Okay, unit tests and blah blah blah. So let's move now. I prepare something for you where quizzes. It's like a poll here. So this is my quizzes account here. It's basic account. You can upgrade it, but it will cost you. So you'd better stay basic unless you get some fund from your school. So I created this gamifying learning. Let's have a look at the process here. You just press create, choose a lesson, like slides, or you can choose a quiz here. First, you type the name of the quiz. You can, let's say, comparative, and choose English here. So this will help other users to find your game and use it in their lessons, and you can do the same. Here, as you can see, this is the quiz editor. You can choose from, as you can see, 6 different kinds of quizzes, like multiple choice, check box, fill in blanks, polls, open-ended. I had a poll. We're going to do it in a couple of minutes, but let's choose multiple choice. Let's write question here. So say the lion. I teach elementary stage, by the way. The lion is space, then a turtle. Okay, and here you put your answers. You can write fast, faster, slow, or slower. Okay, and here you pick the correct answer, you mark it here, so the line is faster than a turtle. There are much choices as you can see here, so you can add something here, some equations for math, some images. You can add an audio question and ask students to answer it like a listening question. You can put a video for a project and asks your students to choose a project to work on like this. Also for the answers, you can put an answer or an equation for each answer. When you finished, here you just go and click save. What you can see here is tag topics and fun fact. These are for premium accounts, not for basic accounts. You can also choose a time here. You can choose from 5 seconds until 15 minutes. Okay, so you can choose up to what you intend to do. As you can see here, you can add another question and you can build like a full exercise of as much questions as you can here. You have some information also. Here it is with quality score. As you can see, this score is only 2.5. Why? Let's have a look at the reasons down. You add a quiz image, you will get a bonus. You add grades like 5 or 2 like this. You add at least 4 questions. So we're just making like a demonstration. So I'll just add 1 question and we're going to proceed. Here you can ask you to add grades here. So I'll say grades from, let's say, grade 1 until grade 4. Okay, and you can make it either private or public. I prefer to make it public because I use other users' games, so it's something amazing to share our resources together. Okay, then you click save. Here it is. So here you have 2 options. The first option is to assign it as homework. Okay, so you have a custom deadline here, okay, and you share it, or you make it without deadlines, but this is also for premium accounts only. The second choice is to start a live quiz here, this live quiz. It can be instructor-led or it can be classic. So whatever you want here. This is an explanation of each one. The classic one, students progress at their own pace. So the one who finishes the first question can move the second question, extra. But instructor based, you lead the process. So you make sure all students are at the same stage. This is usually when you're inside the classroom, but if you're doing it online or students, you assign it as a homework. So you give them the freedom to choose or the freedom to move. Okay. We'll move now to my library here. I prepared this about gamifying learning. So let's start practicing here. Start a live quiz. Let's make it classic. Here, classic or test or team or instructor based. I like this, by the way, because you can wait until all students are available and start the quiz. So here you have some customizations also. You can allow students to write their names or just generate names automatically. They're funny names, by the way. So as you like, I can switch it on or off. Okay, there should be a timer, or you can make it freely whenever students finish a question. He can move to the second one. Here, the leader board who finished it before the others with minimum mistakes like this. You can play music, like shuffle the answer options for students not to cheat from each other if they're close. So let's go here. So now, as you can see here, I'm just going to share this link to the chat box, and I'm going to wait you to join. Then we're going to start it together. Here's the link. Let's post it now, the chat box. Okay. Get back to the website here. Just click the link, and yes, we get Aisha here, or Aisha, Kara, Samira, 3 participants. Okay, 4 participants, 5. Okay. Let's say we have about 54 participants here. So let's start after 20. What do you think? Okay, 12, 13. Okay, any more participants, or we should proceed? 14. Hello, Zainab. Okay. Ali, 16, huh? 4 to go. 3, okay. 2. Okay, 2 more. We have 6 people in the waiting room. 19, okay. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's start. Okay, 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So this is a way of making quick polls at classroom, and I think your students will like it. Okay, and from the results here, you see that the majority use games sometimes in classes, because some classes like writing classes and reading classes, the space for games are limited. I'm talking about my subject, English language teaching. Always 7 participants, this is amazing. And 3 participants think that games in classroom is something absurd. I don't know if this is real or just for fun. So let's get back to our presentation. After quizzes, we have another website, which is wordwall.net. Wordwall is really an amazing website. A friend told me about this website, and since I started using it, I never stopped. And whenever I show it to a colleague or even a student, he gets energized and activated. So here, Wordwall can be used to create both interactive and printable activities. And this is a plus for this website. Most of the templates are available in both interactive and printable versions. So let's head to this website, Wordwall. So here's the website, www.wordwall.net. This website, as all website, has a free version and limited, or pro version. So I'm using the free version. If you'd like to upgrade, you can do it here. Okay, and there's something good and bad about the free version. The free version gives you 5 activities only. Okay, so this is a limitation. Yes, unfortunately, Layla, but the good news is that you can make, as much activities as you can out of these 5, by simply duplicating your activities. So here I have more than one account because I created more than one account at the beginning. Then I found out about this option here. So I have about 50 activities on one of my accounts. But here I wanted to show how you can make an activity. I cannot make more activities on the other accounts because they've reached the limitation. Just click the 3 points down here and click duplicate. Let's duplicate this one. It's just simple. You can duplicate as as much as you can. This is great. Okay, so let's start making our first activity here. Signing in is simple. You can sign in using an email or Gmail account directly. So here, these are my activities. So here's something also amazing about WordWall is the community. The community is really full of activities. Free activities, you just Google or type anything here. Let's type verb to be, and wait, you'll see a torrent of results here with different activity shapes, as you can see here. You can scroll down until you're bored. Show more, show more. So this is really amazing, and it's easy to be used, So I just sent the link to the activity to my student via WhatsApp, and he gets it in and starts activating. Yeah, Fatima, I really like it. I use it most of the time, by the way. Also, it gives you a chance. Let's create an activity here, and let's see the templates. So as you can see here, you can use matchup, like matching words to pictures or opposite words together, or synonyms, antonyms. The quiz show, the random wheel, open the books, find the match, group sort. See, all these are available for free users. See, all these in the free version. So this is really amazing. These are the pro templates, of course, but believe me, you will never need them because you just go to the community tab here and just type any topic and you'll find ready-made, ready-made activities. You can copy them, you can edit them. It's really amazing. Let's pick something here from the community. Let's write past simple. Of course, not all activities are available because some of them are made private. So with private ones, you cannot preview them. Let's pick this one here. So as you can see, it opens, so it's not private. You can share it with your students. Okay, you can bookmark it for later. You can like it. The more here, you can embed it in your own website. can also edit the content, and this is another magical key here. So just edited because it was written in another language other than English, I think. Let's say past simple. Okay, as you can see here, if you'd like to add pictures here for break, okay, you can add, just write break here, add it. Okay, super simple, super easy for each one of these. And when you click done, now check my activities, it's simply there. So you can add, you know, whatever you'd like to add, numbers, you know, anything. It's open. It's like an open source for you. Duplicating, I think, is counted. So other than duplicating, try to get other people's work from the community, change it. It will be yours, okay, and it will not be counted. So let's proceed for creating an activity here. I've used 5 of my 5 resources. Yes, so I can delete a resource here, my activity here. Let's get back. If I delete one of them here, and this is private. If I make it public, it's not counted. So let's share to other teachers or to my students. When I make it public here, as you can see, other teachers can use it. How can we share it with the students? Just click here, click share, set an assignment, or just get the link. Okay, you can use either choices. We're running out of time, so let's get back to the slides. After word wall, there are some other websites that contain games like Flash games. These are the links. You can check them, and I'm going to send you the link to the slides after we finish directly. We have some offline gaming software like this. Gaming software is called Hot Potatoes. It's really an amazing software. It's not that great, you know, but it's fine if you don't have internet in your classroom. You can make your activities before classroom, and you can display it on the board. Let me show you this application here. So here you have like 5 different kinds of activities. Okay, let me share the website also. Here, and this is the website of Hot Potatoes. You can download it here from downloads. The latest version is version 7 here. And here's also like a guide or a tutorial to using this application. It's not that great, but it's again, it's good if you like activity in your class. After Hot Potatoes, we have BlueStacks. BlueStacks is something, it's kind of like an Android emulator. So on your PC, if you're running Windows or you're running Mac operating system, you can install it and it will enable you to, you know, Google Play and, any game or any application you like to use it in your classroom. Here are other emulators you can choose. Here's a link for a comparison between them, so you can choose one. Let me show it to you now. Here's BlueStacks. It's like you have a tablet or something. And I used to play this game, Word Mania, where students are supposed to find words from letters and form them. I use it at the beginning of my class or at the end to the check paperwork. So this is BlueStacks. You can use other emulators if you'd like to. Uh, some schools have started applying VR concept in their classes, or they make like a room, a VR room, where students have time to play games, as a reward for doing something for a limited time, of course. Also, some schools here in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh especially, we have about 3 schools using this active floor. Active floor is kind of a projector, but it has something like an interactive mat here. And there are numerous games like these, just for fun, or educational games. So it's not affordable, it's a little bit expensive. So schools are going to afford it if they find it useful. Now, I've finished my part. What about your opinion? What are the drawbacks or positive points of gamifying learning? Let me get to the chat box now. Let's see. What do you think? What don't you like about gamifying education or gamifying learning using games inside the classroom? Please type at the chat box your points of view. Advantages are more than drawbacks. I cannot agree more, Samira. Okay, any other opinions? Actually, from my experience, my students, when I use them, for 3 or 4 consecutive days, and we have another class without any gaming, like writing class, students are bored. They ask, teacher, aren't we in games today? Don't we have any games? Are there any games like this? So students love them and they expect them. So it's like a burden on your shoulders to prepare more and always innovate. I think it's great. Kids are bored online all the time. Yes, I see it in my students' faces. But as long as we go with gamification, the students will find your class interesting. Each game has fun, interesting part. Yes, Fatima. Okay. So getting back to the textbook is some kind of boring for students after using games. Is a drawback. Resources here. You're welcome, Sibhan. Okay, so say here we've reached our time for questions. Here are the references and the resources for this webinar. I'm going to share the slides directly after we finish. So if you have questions, just type them at the chat box. Yes, it needs preparation, of course. This is on teacher's part. Yes, it's effective. Great, you're welcome. Really useful. Thank you, Fatima. So any questions about today's session? I think we still have 10 minutes. You're welcome. Yes, of course. Yeah, I cannot agree more. Zohera. Welcome, Zainab. Okay, let me share the slides now. And I have some links. Let me show you quickly. Luckily, we have some time here. This is one of the best gaming sites here. It has a lot of games and it's classified into topics here. You can find about food, weather. Okay, so you don't need to prepare sometimes. You just hit the game and start, as you can see here. This is one of the most interesting websites here. It has a lot of games, and also you can put them into levels. Another website here from Bridge Council doesn't have much games, but it's useful. Okay, now let me share the link to the slides. This is my Drive site here. Okay, here's the link. Just tell me if you are able to download it. There's a certificate for this webinar. You'll receive it in your emails after about 2 years. And also there will be the link for the recording. Okay, here's the link, the slides. You're welcome, everyone. Games with adults. They still love it. Yes, I do it with adults also, Ali. I teach some adults privately and they like gaming. You know, adults, they need some motivation, you know, to learn. So games give them the needed motivation. Can you have this session, of course, the recording and the certificate will be emailed to you about 2 years, 2 days. Too much gaming affects your brain, by the way, so take care. This is one of the drawbacks. Yes, the recording will be sent also. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. I'm so happy to see you here. I really enjoyed your comments and your participation. We may see you in future webinar, hopefully. This is my first webinar, by the way. Thank you for coming today. Thank you, Fatim. Thank you, you're welcome, everyone. Thank you. Okay, you're free to leave now. Okay, goodbye, see you soon. Have a nice day or night, wherever you are. Goodbye, everyone.